The seated royal portraits of Gudea, some are conserved in the Louvre, are primary visual testimonies to Neo-Sumerian rulership during the 22nd century BC. Executed in hard stone, inscribed with dedicatory cuneiform and posed with distinctive gestures and attributes, the statues synthesize personal piety, technical patronage and durable monumentality. Most extant Gudea statues derive from the sacred precincts and workshop deposits of the city-state of Lagash in southern Mesopotamia. The Louvre example belongs to this group of seated, inscribed portraits that were set up in temple contexts or deposited in temple workshop contexts as votive commemoratives of building work. Although fine circumstances for individual pieces vary, some reaching European collections in the 19th century through antiquities markets, their epigraphic content consistently situates them within Gudea's intense program of temple construction and restoration for the chief god of Lagash, Girsu. The statue in the Louvre, which is about 46 centimeters high, follows a near-canonical template for Gudea images: a compact, seated male figure carved from a hard, dark igneous stone, typically diorite, set on a rectangular plinth whose exposed faces carry carved cuneiform. The ruler is portrayed wearing a long, fringed robe that wraps the body and covers the legs. Hair is rendered in a patterned braid or cap-like treatment. The face is broad with large, attentive eyes, a slightly rounded nose and a composed mouth. Proportions are sober rather than effusive. The head and torso are substantial, the limbs compact, a frontal, stable geometry meant to register immutability and perpetual attention. Crucial to iconography is the figure's hand gesture and held objects. In several seated variants, the ruler clasps his hands upon his chest in an attitude of prayerful attention. In others, he supports an object, a tablet, a plan, or a small temple model, across the knees. The Louvre statue belongs to the latter group, the hands secure an inscribed object on the lap, visually linking the portrayed ruler with the written program he sponsors. The engraved object on the lap, sometimes called the temple plan, functions as a concentrated iconographic sign. Where present, it announces the figure's identity as builder. The stone object is not merely a prop but the literal locus of the statue's epigraphic text, which names the patron, records the deity, and lists construction activities and offerings. The cuneiform inscriptions carved on the plinth and on the tablet itself form a dialogic relation with the carved portrait. The image presents the righteous, worshipful body, the inscription supplies the verbalized record of piety and works. The choice of diorite or other hard stones for Gudea statues is iconographically meaningful. These materials are difficult to quarry and carve, using them signifies investment and technical mastery. In the visual economy of Mesopotamian kingship, the stone's hardness indexes both the ruler's access to long-distance resources and the intended eternity of temple deeds. The seated, forward-facing posture and the large, attentive eyes are part of a ritual grammar. The statue is perpetually attentive to the divine presence in the cult, a stand-in for the living ruler who must remain watchful. Placed within temple precincts, the statues acted as focal points for ritual and memory. They were votive offerings as well as archival records. Their frontal, durable presence made them visible to priests and visiting supplicants. Their inscriptions functioned both as liturgical recitation points and as legal administrative testimony to the king's benefactions. Although Gudea portraits form a recognizable typological set, variation exists. Some statues depict the ruler standing, others seated, some clasp hands, others hold temple plans. Scale and inscriptional length vary. These formal differences reflect different performative roles. A seated Gudea with tablet acts as enduring deed, a standing Gudea may signal public proclamation. The statue of Gudea in the Louvre exemplifies a distinctive Neo-Sumerian iconography in which pose, attribute and inscription emphasize a rulership grounded in piety, building and durable record-making. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe so you won't miss new ones.